Good morning still from Ellensburg, Washington, on the campus of Central Washington University as we get set for semifinal action in the GNAC Basketball Championships here in 2024. Sean Wally alongside Dustin Daniel as we get set for a 2 versus 3 Alaska Anchorage and the pseudo home team Western Washington.
This is quite the way to start the day. This has been we've got 2 storied programs in women's basketball facing off in Western Washington and Alaska Anchorage. And coming into this, despite the Vikings having the higher seed in the GNACs, the Seawolves have gotten the better of the Vikings twice this season. Western Washington comes in 21-6 overall record, 14-4 in Great Northwest Athletic Conference play. Alaska Anchorage right behind at 13-5 in conference games, 18-8 their overall record before entering the GNAC tournament yesterday. Western Washington had the day off yesterday. Alaska Anchorage had to get to work on day 1. They picked up an easy win in the quarterfinals, 79-57 over Seattle Pacific, and look for their 3rd win of the season over the Vikings today.
Starters for both teams out there ready to get this party started. For Anchorage, Rabuin, Evans, Rab, Mack, and Hollingshead, same as yesterday. Western Washington on the floor, Dykstra, Peterson, Walling, and Oberg. We are underway. Ball coming right here to us. Courtside at the scorer's table. We're on the visitors' end of the table, so very close to the Alaska Anchorage bench. You'll hear a lot from Ryan McCarthy as he gets animated during games. Brooke Walling with it out to Riley Dykstra. Trying to go down low to Garrison, and there's a turnover. Alaska Anchorage going straight to the baseline.
Good. Stop all, you're good. Good take for Shane.
Back the other way come the Vikings.
Really tough shot on the baseline earlier. I can't expect that one to go too often.
Effectively, 2 straight turnovers to start the game for Western Washington, even though that's a jump ball. But the possession arrow goes to the Seawolves. No score early, 9:28 left here in the first quarter. 4 10-minute quarters in women's basketball. The winner of this one punches their ticket to the finals tomorrow evening.
Yes, swing.
Evans to Mack. Her 3 on the way, rims out. Ball corralled by Brooke Walling. Back come the Vikings, looking for their first points of the early afternoon. Oberg open in the corner. She wisely lets that go out of bounds because it was touched by a Seawolf. Just over a minute gone by, no score yet, Dustin.
Yeah, it's not been the offensive start either team was expecting. But then again, we've got 2 fairly solid defenses, number 2 and 3 in the conference in points allowed.
Ball stripped away from Dykstra. Rabuin into the lane. First points of the game belong to Alaska Anchorage, 2-0. Garrison underneath, goes up strong with the left hand. She is fouled. And Aspen heads to the free throw line, our first free throws of the afternoon.
You know, despite the success that Western Washington has seen here at the GNAC Championships, they have never registered a win against Alaska Anchorage here at the GNACs. 6th time that these 2 are facing off in the postseason, and it's the first time it hasn't been for the title.
These 2 programs know each other so very well. Both longtime head coaches, Ryan McCarthy in his 12th season. Carmen Dolfo, incredible, her 33rd season.
Yeah, we are seeing the culmination of over 3 decades of outstanding coaching and building up a program, and then on the other side, with Ryan McCarthy just starting his story. Two very different parts of the book for 2 outstanding basketball coaches.
2-1 Seawolves, low scoring first quarter. Each team feeling their way through it so far. Hollingshead down low, quickly double teamed. How's that not a travel? And it is. Robertson into the game for Alaska Anchorage. Vikings a chance to take their first lead. 2 minutes gone by in quarter number 1. Here at Central Washington University in Ellensburg. Garrison open baseline, too strong. Brooke Walling the rebounds. 15 to shoot for the Vikings. Outside to Oberg. Swing it to Dykstra. Peterson, her three is good. First three-point bucket of the game and the first Viking lead. It's 4-2.
Great ball movement on that possession. They were slinging it around, found the open woman at the top of the arch, and got it to go.
Brooke Walling, another rebound. If the Vikings and Walling can have the rebounding advantage, that will be big for them here today. Oberg fell down. Seawolves wanted to travel. They don't get it. Peterson has it stripped, and it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow to Western Washington.
Yeah, great job there to reach in and be able to knock that away by Rabuin.
Similar to a hockey line change for the Seawolves. They do that a lot. 4 new players off the bench. Got to have fresh legs, and that's one thing. If Ryan McCarthy was concerned about anything, it's the fact that Western Washington has had rest, didn't have to play yesterday.
Yeah, you know, they're coming in with the fresh legs, but, you know, as you get into the second half and you continue to push the tempo, you know, whether or not you had yesterday off isn't going to make that big of a difference come minute 35, 36 if they continue to run with, you know, some serious tenacity. And this is the kind of atmosphere that their tempo was built for.
Bad pass on the inbound, racing the other way. Mia Ross lays it in. It is now tied at 4.
You know, it's those 3 days in a row where, you know, you can be able to rotate kids in. You're not getting anyone over 25 minutes for a game. You'll have the energy come day 3.
Dykstra left alone for a 3, and just like we saw her do in practice pregame, she nails that one. 7-4 Vikings. Ryan McCarthy slammed the court with his hands, not liking the fact that Dykstra was so wide open. Back come the Vikings on the steal. They're putting us in the game again, Dustin. That ball tapped out of bounds by Pearson. Dykstra to inbound. She gets it right back. Maddie Grambois falls down. Mason Oberg to Grambois now. 6:10 left first quarter. Dykstra again wide open for 3. Riley Dykstra on fire early. Ryan McCarthy wants to talk things over. 6:06 left first quarter. Fast start for the Vikings. They're up 10-4 on GNAC.TV. .603 left first quarter here in Ellensburg, Washington. Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel. The Seawolves with the basketball out of the timeout. Ryan McCarthy not pleased with the early offensive effort. His team down 10-4. Vikings across half court now. Dykstra has 2 threes early. Brooke Walling. Maddie Grambois. Out top, it's Mason Oberg. Oberg open again is Riley Dykstra. Another 3. Are you kidding me? 3 for 3 from downtown for Riley. 4 for 4 for the Vikings in total.
Very hard to control a team if they're going to shoot this well from beyond the arc.
There's a 3 on the way for the Seawolves. That rims off. Offensive rebounds by Gamble.
Use it, Sam.
15 seconds to shoot. Pearson is fouled. The bucket will count. Now some momentum back for the Seawolves. A needed bucket. It's 13-6 Vikings.
You know, we saw this kind of a start yesterday from the Seattle Pacific men. They got out to an 8 for 8 start from the field, including 4 of 4 from three-point range. But then after that, they could not keep up a solid offensive tempo. It'll be interesting to see how Western Washington continues their offensive outpouring here in the first quarter and first half.
Olivia Wickstrom into the game for Western Washington. 13-7 after the three-point play. Converted from the free throw line. Vikings up 6. Halfway through quarter number 1. Foul called in the backcourt. That'll be on Rabouin. Third team foul on the Seawolves. Just 1 on Western Washington. Oberg working on Evans. Hands off to Wickstrom. Back to Oberg. Brooke Walling. Riley Dykstra picks up her dribble. Right back to Walling on the right elbow. Finds Grandboy's baseline layup. Good. 15-7 Vikings.
Yeah, great vision there. Got that pass through a couple of defenders to the cutter on the baseline.
4:30 left here, first quarter. Seawolves go baseline, nice drive, but hitting the underside of the rim, ball loose. Seawolves come away with it, but it's tapped out of bounds, lost. Apparently, last touch by Pearson, Viking ball.
Yeah, that was a very odd sequence there. It did provide Alaska Anchorage with a second chance, but then stripped, and it must have hit the leg of Pearson on the way out of bounds after she gets it knocked away from her.
Oberg, nice spin there near midcourt. Evans on her, finds Wickstrom. Wickstrom picks up the dribble, finds Dykstra, the hot hand early for Western Washington. 4 minutes left, first quarter. Nice hands by Rab, the steal by the Seawolves. Racing up the floor, Rabouin, and she is fouled. Mason Oberg picks up the foul, her first. Senya Rabouin, the junior out of Phoenix, Arizona. How about that climate change from Phoenix to Anchorage?
And we were talking about this roster yesterday. We had Georgia to Anchorage. The ability to recruit from all over the country is so impressive.
Peterson returns for the Vikings. Oberg takes a seat. 3:52 and counting first quarter, 15-9 Western Washington. Wickstrom into the lane, picks up the dribble. Step through, shot short. Back come the Seawolves. Rabouin off the screen. Left side of the lane, shot blocked by Walling. Peterson racing, finds Riley Dykstra. Looking for Walling, that ball out of bounds. It'll be Viking basketball. Ryan McCarthy doesn't agree. The fans from Anchorage behind us don't agree as well. Peterson to inbounds. Finds Dykstra. Maddie Granboyce now. 15 to shoot. Granboyce gets it back, and a foul on the floor away from the ball. That'll be on the Seawolves. Good battle down low between Hollingshead and Brooke Walling.
We've had 3 straight possessions where there's either been trying to force a layup, force a pass, things like that. Both of these teams really just need to be a little bit more cautious with their pass shot selection because both these teams great at forcing turnovers.
Walling from the right block to Wickstrom. Steph Peterson fakes the three, finds Walling. Nice skip past the Grand Boys, and a foul is called as Grand Boys hits the deck. Maddie will head to the free throw line. Elena Mack hit with the foul, her first. She takes a seat, gets some instruction from head coach Ryan McCarthy. 6-point lead for the Vikings. Grand Boys free throw rims out. Grand Boys, the 5'9" junior from Marysville, Washington. Second free throw good. 7-point Viking lead, 2:55 left in a fast-paced first quarter. The ball movement by the Seawolves, open for three. Evans the miss, ball loose. Pearson has it for the Seawolves.
Alaska Anchorage still looking for their first made three of this game. They're 0 for 4 from deep so far.
Rab into the lane, strong off glass. Nice job by Vache Rab.
Had to cut through three defenders and somehow made her way through all of them for the easy layup. Nice move.
Peterson to Dykstra. 2:15 left, first quarter here in Ellensburg, Washington. Wickstrom fires from three, and the threes continue to fall for the Vikings, 19-11.
Yeah, conversely, Western Washington has not missed. 5 for 5 now from three-point range to the 0 of 4 for Alaska Anchorage.
A nice drive again, but an offensive foul is going to be called this time on Vache Rab. Not a huge reaction from Ryan McCarthy, which sometimes is unusual, so he might not disagree with that one.
Also not unusual is seeing an entire substitution of the 5 on the floor as we get a fresh 5 bodies out there for the Seawolves.
Ryan McCarthy wanting his defense to D up. Vikings break half court. 1:45 left in a first quarter so far, won by Western Washington. Wickstrom has hit 1 3. She wants another. Are you kidding me?
That is now 6 for 6 for Western Washington from 3.
Jumper from the right elbow, short. The miss by Robertson. Vikings the rebound, already up 11. They've doubled up the Seawolves with 1:20 left here in the first quarter. Walling to Dykstra. She hasn't missed from 3 and does it. Wow. We need to check the record books. Incredible shooting by the Vikings, 25-11. Seawolves looking for their first 3, and they finally get one down. Elena Mack hits from deep, 25-14 Vikings.
Yeah, it takes until their 5th attempt to get a three-pointer down, but really needed some scoring to stop the bleeding.
Wick, another 3, the first miss from deep for Western Washington.
Western Washington came into this game, had the best three-point shooting percentage in the conference at 35, but certainly nothing to this pace.
Traveling called on Kate Robertson, 32.9 left in the quarter, 25-14. Vikings shooting lights out. Peterson across half court for Western Washington. Finds Wickstrom, another 3. That's 2 misses in a row for Wickstrom. Dykstra for 3. She has not missed until now.
So they are human after all.
7 seconds left in the quarter. Ross has it, shoots a 3, 3 seconds left. Walling the rebound, and that is how quarter number 1 comes to an end. All smiles for Western Washington. They lead it 25-14. Second quarter up next on GNAC.tv. Back inside Nicholson Arena on the campus of Central Washington University. Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel, thanks for joining us early on this Friday afternoon. After 10 minutes of play, Vikings 25, Seawolves 14. What do you see from the numbers?
Well, I mean, the story of the first quarter was the three-point shooting of Western Washington. They start 7 for 7 from three-point range. If you're Alaska Anchorage, when a team is shooting that hot, there's not a lot you can do. All you try to do is hold on, get some points on your end, and limit the damage until they cool off. Now, they've missed their last three, so perhaps that run is over.
Well, they're still at 70%, which every coach would take any day. Grandboyce to Oberg. Grandboyce has it back. She's double teamed. Garrison looking for Watts. Watts has it in the corner. Peterson wants in on the three parade. She hit the first one. That one rattles off. That's 4 straight misses for Western Washington, and they can't get 2-3 happy.
Yeah, you know, you build all that confidence going 7 for 7, but eventually the numbers are just going to come back down to earth. That's just how it works. At the end of the day, 35% is the number they're going to be looking at.
Foul is called on the floor on Western Washington. Mason Oberg picking up her second. She will take a seat. Evans and Rabouin back in for the Seawolves. Another Dykstra, Demi Dykstra in for Western Washington. Seawolves trail 25-14. Gamble tries to go outside, nearly lost the basketball, but Seawolves recover. 5 to shoot. 2 to shoot. 1, they will not get a shot off, and that will, you would think, infuriate head coach Ryan McCarthy. Calm at the moment, but he does call a timeout. 8:37 left, 25-14 Vikings. Back after this on GNAC.TV. Welcome back to Central Washington University inside Nicholson Arena. Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, the Western Washington Vikings. 8:37 left, second quarter. Ryan McCarthy took the timeout. What was his message to his squad?
You know, he was very vocal, and he said, "This is stuff you do every day." They're not getting down into the paint on defense. And then when they do crash, there's an open three. These are drills they're working on all the time, and he doesn't understand why they aren't executing right now. So the message was, just go back to what we know, what we do every day.
Evans the miss, Walling the rebounds. 2 minutes gone by here in quarter number 2. Garrison loses the handle, gets it back, falls down. Evans takes the pass. Can the Seawolves answer off the turnover? They trail 27-14. McCarthy directing orders to his club. 10 to shoot. Evans 5 to shoot now for the Seawolves. They've already had 1 shot clock violation. Rabuin, the 3 is good. 27-17, Vikings by 10.
Got it off at the last second. Heard the bench calling down the countdown. Took an off-balance shot. Got it to go somehow.
Garrison to Riley Dykstra. She was the hot hand in the first quarter and hits that one again from the top. 30-17 Vikings.
Dykstra already with 15 points in this game to go along with a couple of dimes.
Blocking foul called on Brooke Walling. That is Walling's first.
Vikings foul, number 15, Brooke Walling.
So far in this contest, the only person with multiple fouls is Mason Oberg for the Vikings. Rabuin to the line for Alaska Anchorage. (30-19). Rabuin checks out. Mia Ross in for her. 6:55 left in quarter number 2 in this first semifinal game. First of 4 today from Ellensburg. A full day of basketball. Join us for as many as you can. 6:42 left. Dykstra out top to Garrison. Can down low for Brooke Walling. Working on Hollingshead. She's double teamed. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Peterson drives the left baseline. Walling down low. Her shot rattles around, falls in. It's been that kind of early afternoon for Western Washington.
Yeah, difficult shot there. Had to go with the left hand, and it seemed like it hung on the iron forever. Finally did fall, though.
32-19, Western Washington. A very good first half. Mia Ross in the corner. The Seawolves go. That 3 is short. Missed by Pearson, but she follows the shot. Put back, no. Walling the rebound. 5:55 left in the half. Garrison on the left block shot rejected by Hollingshead. Ryan McCarthy telling his team to go. And they do run the break nicely. Rab with the bucket off glass. 32-21 Vikings.
We talked about Western Washington making their first 7 threes in this game. Earlier this season, they started 6 for 6 from deep against Montana State Billings. Ended up winning that game 76-68 back up in Bellingham. That was on January 27th.
A wealth of knowledge. Dustin Daniel bringing it here on this Friday. 5:20 left in quarter number 2. Vikings down low to Walling. She's quickly double teamed. Riley Dykstra, how do you leave her open? Ryan McCarthy has to be asking himself the same thing.
Yeah, she has been just absolutely automatic from 3. 6 for 7 now from deep for her. She's got 18.
5 minutes left in the quarter. Good ball movement inside, finding Hollingshead on the right block. 35-23 Vikings.
Season high for Dykstra in scoring is 30 points. She just did it a couple of weeks ago against Central Washington. That was actually back on February 10th. She's well on her way to that total already. 18 with almost 5 minutes left here in the first half.
Garrison the miss. Back come the Seawolves. Nice pass inside the Hollingshead, but she wasn't ready for it, didn't expect it. Dykstra to Peterson. Line change coming from the Seawolves. Ball loose for a second. Peterson corrals it. Now it's tapped out of bounds by the Seawolves, and it went off of Peterson, so it'll be Seawolf basketball. Wickstrom, Grand Boyce, Walling back into the game for Western Washington. Wholesale changes for the Seawolves as well. 4:10 left, second quarter. Jumper from the baseline from about 7 feet. Got to hit that. Seawolves don't. Wickstrom from 3, that's short. Battle for the basketball. Evans comes up with it after the nice save by Gamble. In the corner, open, there's a 3 on the way, and down for Elena Mack.
Third made 3 now for Alaska Anchorage, and given that they're just shooting 25% from deep at this point, can't be that unhappy with this only being a 9-point game.
35-26 Vikings. Ball goes back to the Seawolves.
Subbing in for the Vikings, number 22, A.K. Bass.
Bass in now for Western Washington. Wickstrom to the bench. 3:41 left here in the second quarter. Can the Seawolves cut into this 9-point deficit? Rabouin off the screen. Robertson finds Evans. Evans into the lane.
Too much! Get it, Sam!
Rabouin gets it back. 10 to shoot for the Seawolves. Rabouin, the step back, thought about the 3. No, Evans now the jumper. Long 2, off rim. Riley Dykstra the rebounds. Seawolves wanted to travel there, didn't get it. Grand Boys open for 3 in front of the Seawolf bench. Doesn't get the roll. Seawolves have it, but Riley Dykstra just rips it away. Dykstra looking for Walling. Walling, baseline. Cross-court pass, Peterson. The 3 is good. Hot shooting continues for the Vikings.
That is now made 3-pointer number 10 for Western Washington.
Nice drive by Rabouin. Nobody stopped the penetration. 10-point ball game, 2:30 and counting.
Go, Jeffs! Go, Jeffs! Come on, James! Check them!
Bass to Peterson. Matty Grambois, back to Bass. Peterson, another 3. That one's short. Nice job by Grambois to tap it out. Vikings another possession. Down low to Walling. The bump, the foul, count it. Western Washington enjoying a hot first half.
You know, we've been hanging around this lead of around a dozen for quite a while now, as this game's evened out just a bit. The 3-point shooting of Western Washington slowing down a little bit. Alaska Anchorage starting to find a little bit of their footing, but something's got to give. You can't just trade bucket for bucket at this point for the Seawolves, and with 2 minutes left, getting this back into single digits, the deficit would be huge for them.
Well, it was an important possession moments ago for the Seawolves when they were down 9. Could have cut it to 7 or 6, and the baseline jumper was missed, and now it's back up to 12.
A lot of that having to do with second chance opportunities for Western Washington, hauling down a bunch of offensive rebounds these last few trips down the floor.
Open in the corner, 3 on the way, missed, but the offensive rebound saved by the Seawolves. A long 2 is down by Kate Robertson. 10-point ball game, 40-30. Vikings lead. Minute 35 left in the half. Nobody stopping penetration. Walling open to Dykstra. Thought about the 3. Now she drives inside. Picks up the dribble, and it's stripped. Ryan McCarthy telling his team to go. Mayhem on both ends of the floor for Alaska Anchorage. Looking to get back to a single-digit deficit. Ross with 15 on the shot clock. Outside, Ross, good ball movement. 8 to shoot, ball loose. Seawolves get it back. Ross with 4 to shoot. Final minute of the half. Ross, the left side of the lane, shot short.
1 and 2.
Vikings the other way.
And Versailles, no fouls, Versailles.
Bass to Walling. Outside, Riley Dykstra, another 3. Are you kidding me? She is en fuego.
I thought that one got tipped as well, but Dykstra gets it to go. She's now got 21 points. As a team, 11 made threes for Western Washington in the first half. They haven't made more than 14 in a game this season.
Air ball there on the 3 from the corner. Back come the Vikings. They're up 13. They can hold for the final shot, and it looks like they will. Steph Peterson getting instruction from Coach Carmen Dolfo. 10 seconds left in the half. Dykstra, an incredible half. 21 on the afternoon. Brooke Walling, the one-hand, left-hand floater is good. 15-point lead for the Vikings heading to the locker room.
There's just not a lot you can do if you're Alaska Anchorage. If Western Washington's not going to miss shots, regardless of how good the defense has been, this has not been bad defense from the Seawolves. If everything's going down, you just got to hang on for dear life and hope you're going to have an opportunity to make a run. Really impressive first half from the Vikings.
Western Washington shooting the lights out. They lead at 45-30. We've reached halftime, game number 1 on semifinal Friday here in the GNAC Basketball Championships. Grab some lunch, refill your beverage. We'll be back in about 12 minutes to recap half number 1, get you set for the third quarter. Vikings 45, Seawolves 30 on GNAC.tv. Back here inside Nicholson Arena, Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel, semifinal game 1 on semifinal Friday of the 2024 GNAC Basketball Championships, brought to you by Under Armour. Dustin, it's 45-30, Western Washington shooting the lights out.
Yeah, a lot to talk about in that first half from Western Washington. Key to that first half offensive outpouring, Riley Dykstra. 7 of 8 from the field, all from three-point range. She's got 21 points, 3 rebounds, and a couple of assists. As a team, 11 of 18 from 3 for Western Washington. The Vikings shoot 59% from the field. Riley Dykstra has already tied the GNAC Championships record for three-pointers in the game with her 7 that she has made, and she's well on her way to a new season high in scoring. Previous high for her is 30. She comes out of the locker room with 21 already in the bag.
If you're Alaska Anchorage, Ryan McCarthy and his coaching staff, what do you think the message would be at halftime, and how do they combat the shooting of Western Washington?
I think the message is, they're not going to keep this pace up all game. It's just not doable to shoot at this kind of a rate the entire game. You need to hang on. You need to find your buckets when you can. Create opportunities for turnovers, and then execute at the other end to get points off those turnovers. I think the biggest thing is controlling expectations right now. Don't get yourself into desperation mode too early. Know that you have a lot of time left, at 15 points with the tempo that they play at is doable in a very quick amount of time.
Western Washington beginning with the basketball, and there is Riley Dykstra, the sharp shooter here this afternoon. She gets it in to Peterson. Down low, Garrison. Outside Peterson. Swing it to Oberg. Brooke Walling baseline, out to Oberg. Quick drive into the lane. Outside Dykstra. Wow.
That's a new GNAC Championships record. She just passed former Western Washington player Corin Waltrip, who had tied with at 7. And now Riley Dykstra alone with the record. 8 made threes in this game.
I ran into her sister, Avery, her older sister, former Viking. They played together for a couple years, and I said, wow, your sister's on fire. And she was just as dumbfounded as we all are at this performance.
The fact that Riley Dykstra's been able to do this has kind of overshadowed a pretty big first half for Brooke Walling. She's on triple-double watch right now. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists in the first half alone.
Nearly an assist right there for Walling. Garrison unable to finish the shot, but she was fouled by Mack. So Aspen Garrison will go to the line. The junior from Bellingham, Washington.
When they get the ball on this side, I'm supposed to send it off, yeah?
Donald Watts also here. Father of Jaden Watts. Watts, of course, son of Supersonic legend Slick Watts. A lot of basketball in the Watts family. 49-30. Already a 4-0 run for the Vikings here in the third quarter. Nice jumper there from the right side by Rab. 49-32 Vikings.
That ends a 9-0 run for Western Washington.
Brooke Walling double teamed. Peterson now. Walling finds the open Peterson. Her 3 on the way. Rattles around and down. It's been that kind of afternoon for the Vikings.
Yeah, it takes a couple of revolutions around the iron. Didn't seem like it wanted to go, but of course it did. Of course, as that's now 13 made threes for the Vikings.
Vikings up 20, now 17, as Mack hits a 3 in front of her own bench. 52-35 Vikings.
25!
Oberg to Walling. Outside Dykstra. And a foul called on the floor as Aspen Garrison hit the deck. That foul is on Mack of the Seawolves.
Her third personal, team second. Line change Anchorage.
We just got word that Riley Dykstra has tied the Western Washington school record for made threes with 8. Team record is 18, so still a little ways to go in that front, but I mean, already 13 in this game for the Vikings. Unbelievable.
Garrison with the left hand, too strong. Back come the Seawolves. Ross driving the right side of the lane. The floater's good. Nice job by Ross. It's 52-37. Dykstra up and down the Western Washington record books. Brooke Walling baseline, and a quick foul called on Gamble.
Seawolves foul, number 13, Jason Gamble.
That is her first foul. Already 3 team fouls on Alaska Anchorage, none for Western Washington. Nessa Walsh taps it out of bounds. Viking basketball. Riley Dykstra to inbound. Peterson to Garrison, top of the key. Down low, Walling on the baseline under the hoop. Swing it to Riley. Riley almost has it stripped. 2 to shoot. Peterson off window. Offensive foul called. Peterson crashed in. So I believe that was Alexander that took the charge.
Yeah, forced her way underneath. Had to get rid of it quickly with the shot clock winding down and just bodied right through the defender on the left block.
52-37 Vikings. At a 15-point lead at half. Ross in the corner now. It's Alexander. Her shot blocked by Garrison and a foul is called.
It seems like Garrison unhappy with the call. Looked like it was clean on the initial block, but then was the follow-through where she made contact with the arm, and I think that's what she's getting dinged for.
Alexander to the line. The junior from Rex, Georgia, hits the first.
Alexander, 85% free throw shooter. One of the best from the stripe for the Seawolves.
52-39. 13-point Viking lead. 6:25 left, third quarter. From Central Washington University, Sean Wally and Dustin Daniel. Vikings with the ball. Aspen Garrison to Peterson. Brooke Walling from the left side. Goes baseline, nowhere to go. Outside, Peterson for 3. Short. Riley rips it away. Up off window, that won't go. Battle for the basketball, Seawolves come away with it.
That's the first shot that Riley Dykstra has taken inside of the three-point line today.
Good ball movement by the Seawolves. Nobody pulled the trigger. 15 to shoot. Pearson. Ball nearly stolen. Walsh has it. Ball being shot now with 6. Off back iron. Steph Peterson the other way. Oberg to Walling, right back to Oberg for 3.
14 on the game for the Vikings.
Ryan McCarthy says unbelievable. 55-39 Vikings, and traveling by Mia Ross. Another full swap for Alaska Anchorage. Grand Boyce and Wickstrom back in for the Vikings. That ball tapped out of bounds. Good effort by Rab. It'll stay Viking basketball.
Brooke Walling now 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 points away from a triple-double. It has only happened 7 times in the history of GNAC women's basketball, trying to become the 8th.
Wickstrom in the lane. The up and under with the left hand. The scoop won't go. Halfway through the third quarter. Back come the Seawolves. Evans in the lane. Ball tapped out of bounds by Western Washington. 4:50 left, third quarter. Vikings 55, Seawolves 39. Timeout on the floor. Back after this on GNAC.TV. Back here inside Nicholson Arena on the campus of Central Washington University. If you want more information on Central Washington, visit cwu.edu. Beautiful new renovation of this facility. And there's Hollingshead inside for the Seawolves. 14-point advantage for Western Washington. Sean Wally with Dustin Daniel. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. 4 games today. This is game 1. Semifinal Friday for the GNAC Basketball Championships. We have a foul called on Maddie Grandboyce away from the ball. Seawolves take over down 14.
You know, I've had a lot of conversations leading up to this game. A lot of people have been looking forward to this one. Every conversation I had, this is going to be a close game. It's going to be back and forth the whole way. I don't think anyone, especially the Seawolves, expected it to be this lopsided for this long.
Rabouin for 3 pulls the Seawolves within 11. Important defensive possession for Alaska Anchorage. If they can get within single digits, they might have a shot here in the second half. Grandboyce picks up her dribble, finds Garrison from the left elbow. Shot won't fall. And we have a foul called. And that will be on Olivia Wickstrom of Western Washington. So now the Seawolves do have a shot to get it to 9 or maybe 8.
Yeah, got it within single digits earlier in the ball game, but then the Vikings immediately responded. The lead has been as many as 20 for Western Washington. And remember, Seawolves scored the first points of this game, so they did lead very briefly to get us going, and then it's been all Vikings since then.
Spin inside, Hollingshead can't convert. Garrison the rebounds. Dykstra across half court. Riley off the screen.
Yes.
Looking for Grandboyce, a jump ball, and it will be Seawolf basketball on the possession arrow. Carmen Dolfo talking to the official. 11-point lead for Western Washington. They were up 15 at half. If you're the Vikings, you have to expect and had to expect the Seawolves would make some kind of a run.
Yeah, and you know, we've talked so much about their shooting in this game, but one of the red flags right now, 12 turnovers, make it 13 actually for Western Washington. They need to take a little bit better care of the basketball. If the Seawolves are going to make a run, it's certainly going to be off of points off of turnovers.
Seawolves can't find the basket. What a great save by Grandboyce in the corner. Vikings the other way, 20 to shoot. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left, third quarter. 55-44 Vikings with the ball and the lead.
Gotta get stops, gotta get stops.
Wickstrom is fouled as Rabouin was on her back. Ryan McCarthy telling his Seawolves that are checking into the game, you got to get stops. Very honest and true, down 11.
Yeah, a ton of time right now. 12 and a half minutes left in this ball game. Only 11 points. A lot of things can happen by the 3 minutes from now. This could be a whole new basketball game. So absolutely no time that they need to get into desperation mode or panic.
Foul quickly called in the paint. That foul will be on Nessa Walsh of the Seawolves, sending Aspen Garrison to the free throw line. Because that is 5 fouls on the Seawolves. With that free throw, Garrison has 3 points. Make it 4. 57-44, 13-point lead for Western Washington. Good ball movement by the Seawolves. Pearson, Vikings wanted to travel, they don't get it, and instead there's a 3 from Ross. 57-47, back to a 10-point game.
They don't have to get it all at once, but making these slow moves, creeping back into this ball game, exactly what the Seawolves need to do.
Seawolves and their fans wanting over and back there. They don't get the call. Carmen Dolfo wants to talk things over. She takes a timeout. 1:51 left, third quarter. Seawolves trying to make a game of it. 57-47 Vikings. Back after this on GNAC.TV. Back here inside Nicholson Arena, Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel, 10-point game, Vikings up 57-47, and they'll get the ball after the timeout. So far, it's got to be a victory this third quarter for the Seawolves. They were down 15 and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting it down to 10. They're showing a little momentum. Carmen Dolfo forced to call a timeout here late in the third quarter. Obviously feeling a little bit of anxiety about the way the game is going right now. Alaska Anchorage building some confidence. Exactly what they need to do.
4 to shoot for the Vikings. Brooke Walling. Flop is the call. That's why there's no foul. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by Gamble of the Seawolves. Shot clock resets to 20. 1:35 left in the third quarter. Vikings turn it over on the inbounds. Ross into the lane. Ball nearly stripped by Garrison, and a travel is called. Good effort, though, by Ross.
Yeah, we've seen turnovers on both trips down the floor there, so now a combined 25 turnovers in this game. It's getting a little bit sloppy as far as possession. Western Washington especially, with 14 of those turnovers belonging to them, really need to lock things down as we head towards the fourth quarter. They want to hold on to this lead. Good
defensive effort by Alexander. Peterson picks up the dribble to Garrison. Peterson gets it back. The 3 off back iron. Brooke Walling another rebound, finds Peterson, and a foul is called as Steph hits the deck.
It's been a quiet second half so far for Walling, but she's now at 8 boards, 8 assists. So she's too shy on all 3 categories, points, rebounds, and assists, for getting to that triple-double.
Peterson.
Steph Peterson to the free throw line with 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Winner of this one will stick around and watch game 2 of the day as host Central Washington will play Montana State Billings next. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game on Championship Saturday. 11-point lead for the Vikings. Ross double teamed. Thrown high to Gamble. Ross gets it back. Left side of the lane open. She attacks it. Shot too strong. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by Ross. It'll be Viking ball. Full on 5 in, 5 out for the Seawolves. Maddie Grambois back in for Western Washington. 11-point lead for the Vikings. Important final 42 seconds of the third quarter. Can the Vikings extend the lead, or can the Seawolves cut into it? And there's a turnover. Dykstra can't get to the pass from Oberg. Seawolves a chance again to get it under 10 points.
That's now 15 turnovers for Western Washington. 6 of them have been committed by Riley Dykstra.
3 on the way that would have been huge. Missed by Mack. Rebound to Peterson. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off.
Bucket here. Big momentum piece for Western Washington if they can get something to go.
10 seconds left in the quarter. Oberg off the walling screen. Attacks the left side of the lane. What a spin by Mason Oberg. 60-47 Vikings. And that is how the third quarter will end. Impressive drive by Oberg to end the quarter.
There's no defending that. Spin in the paint, gets it to go with the right hand. Such a difficult shot. Really impressive.
The lead, 13 for the Vikings. 10 minutes left. Come on back for the fourth and final quarter after this on GNAC.TV. Final 10 minutes here in Game 1 on Semifinal Friday. Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel, thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. Western Washington up 13, 60-47 as we begin quarter number 4. They had a 15-point lead at half, so 2 points better in the quarter by the Seawolves.
Yeah, it still need to do a lot of work. We were just talking that had a lot of opportunities to cut this down to 2-3 possessions. Just haven't been able to make it happen. Alaska Anchorage needs to get a lot done in the fourth.
Peterson misses the 3, something the Vikings have only done 40% of the time in this game. They're hitting 60% from behind the three-point arc. Just incredible. 15 to shoot for the Seawolves. They're down 13. They need points. Rabuin wants 3. No, off the left side of the rim. Walling can't handle it, but it rolls right to Steph Peterson. Mason Oberg, the right-hand dribble, hands off to Peterson. Guarded by Evans. Gets it back from Dykstra. Good hands by Rab, knocks that out of bounds. Riley Dykstra inbound in front of her sister Avery, sitting in the crowd on the far side from us, which is underneath the lone camera here on the broadcast. Brooke Walling, the spin left, short. Grand Boys tracks down the offensive rebound. Extra possessions, always great, and killing time.
Yeah, at this point, the clock is a friend of Western Washington. They'll use up as much of each possession down as they can. Just turn it into a couple buckets, get a few stops. That'll punch your ticket to the championship.
3 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Off in the corner is Oberg, but another offensive rebound. This one to Walling, getting close to that double-double, triple-double.
Still needs 2 points, a rebound, and 2 assists to get to that triple-double. Plenty of time to do it, but she's had a quiet second half.
Steph Peterson bumped, fouled, counted, 62-47. Peterson going to the line for the potential three-point play. That foul is on Vishay Rab. Full line change for Alaska Anchorage. Just too many extra opportunities for the Vikings.
Yeah. Points on the second chance have been 11 in this game for Western Washington. It's not a huge difference in that regard right now. It's 11-7 on second chance points in favor of the Vikings. But it just feels like there's been third, fourth, and fifth opportunities as they've been crashing in on those offensive rebounds.
From one Dykstra to another. Riley out, Demi back in. 8:03 left. Can the Vikings hang on and punch their ticket to the championship tomorrow? We'll find out in 7:55 of game action. Alaska Anchorage can't do that if they want to get back in this one.
By the way, we had just talked about Brooke Walling having a quiet second half, and then immediately after I said that, she picked up an assist and a rebound. So she's now just a field goal, a board, and a dime away from getting that triple-double. But she does come out in that last substitution, so she's taking a breather for now.
7:40 left. Oberg with it for the Vikings. Nice pass inside. Getting fouled is Demi Dykstra.
Seawolf foul, number 13, Jason Gamble.
Fouled by Gamble. Gamble's second. Second on the Seawolves in this quarter. Dykstra into the lane. Grand Boys can't handle it. Stolen away by Alexander. Alexander looking coast to coast. The nice step through in the lane. She'll head to the line for 2.
Vikings foul, number 12, Stephanie Peterson. Her second personal team, serve.
Steph Peterson hit with her second foul. Alexander hits the first. Second free throw. Good. Alexander with 4 on the afternoon. 63-49, 14-point Viking advantage. Comfortable lead for Western Washington. Dykstra to Oberg.
Ball pressure! Ball pressure, get it!
Peterson using the clock. 9 to shoot for the Vikings. Garrison from the left elbow, nowhere to go. Oberg open for 3. Off back rim. Chased down by Alexander. Now she's on the run again for the Seawolves. Circles back outside. Pearson, top of the key now to Ross. Ross gets it back. Drives the lane. Turned away by the Vikings. 8 to shoot for the Seawolves. Time not on their side as they're down 63-49. 2 to shoot. A 3 from the top is short and off the right side of the rim. Steph Peterson will circle it back out. Dykstra now down low. Aspen Garrison, jumper from about 5 feet, rims out.
Buckets got to start falling here pretty soon for Anchorage. They're running out of time. 6 minutes left in this ball game. A lot of points they got to make up.
Inside 6 minutes now. We've hit a bit of a scoring drought. 63-49. Pearson, good handles in the lane. 63-51 Vikings. Ryan McCarthy always directing his troops on the defensive side, and there's a turnover. Oberg's pass to Grandboyce, not handled. Riley Dykstra and Brooke Walling return for Western Washington. So now that the two stars are back for the Vikings, see if what happens to this lead that's currently at 12 for Western Washington. Both Dykstras on the floor for the Vikings. Nice drive by Evans, can't get the shot to go. And she cannot corral the rebounds either. It's out of bounds to the Vikings.
A wrong time to go cold for the Seawolves. They're 1 for their last 6 from the field. Just haven't been able to make it happen here in the fourth offensively.
5:10 left. Vikings have been in control the majority of the way. Foul called on Rab of the Seawolves. That's her fourth.
Number 12, Deshae Brown. Her fourth personal, team's third.
Yeah, one of the main offensive outlets for Alaska Anchorage this year in Jazz Evans, 0 for 6 from the field, has not scored yet in 18 minutes of work. Not helping bad time to go cold.
Not the recipe for success Ryan McCarthy would draw up.
And, you know, looking at the number, it hasn't been that bad of an offensive game for the Seawolves. 37.5% from the field. Not where they want to be, but, you know, it's not in the basement by any means. Just Western Washington has been so hot at the exact same time.
Oberg, the turnaround floater in the lane. Oberg's been doing good things on the offensive end.
Yeah, she's had some really difficult shots she's gotten to go, and she's gotten some really friendly bounces as well.
That jumper by Walsh is down, 65-53, 12-point Viking lead, 4:27 and counting in this one. Oberg, baseline. That pass nearly intercepted by Evans. It'll be Viking basketball. 4:18 remaining. Who will punch their ticket to championship Saturday? Vikings in control for the moment, 65-53. Back after this on GNAC.TV. Back here in Ellensburg, Washington, Sean Wally, Dustin Daniel, the Western Washington Vikings, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, 65-53 Vikings with 4:18 left.
It's getting to that point where Seawolves need to start pushing the tempo. Really going to have to start getting physical defensively, need to create some more turnovers, and start to score a little bit quicker early on in shot clocks.
Blocking foul called on the Seawolves, Nessa Walsh. Ryan McCarthy liking the defensive effort there.
Personal, team's fourth.
Second foul on Walsh, team's fourth. And now a foul called on Evans. And that'll send the Vikings to the line the rest of the way. That's not going to help the Anchorage cause.
Yeah, no room to give. You need to have that physicality to try and get some takeaways. But all of a sudden, any foul is going to send the Vikings to the line for 2 shots. Not going to be helping.
Peterson extends the lead to 13. She has 14 on the afternoon. Second free throw good, 67-53. Peterson with 15 now. Nice handles there by Mack, but she lost the dribble momentarily. Inside 4 minutes left. Seawolves need points in a hurry. Rabouin into the lane, tosses up a floater. Brooke Walling the rebound. Walling using her 6'3" size there. Now she'll do it on the other end. She kicks it outside. Riley Dykstra. Dykstra, a much quieter second half.
Yeah, as you can imagine, when you make 7 threes and a half, you can't expect it to be quite the level in that second half.
5 to shoot. Oberg another drive and using the window, getting it to go. That's at least 3 tough drives, tough shots Oberg has hit this afternoon.
Yeah, Oberg got 9 points in this game, and every single one of them have been on increasingly difficult shots. I don't know how she's getting these to go, but it's been very impressive.
Ball stolen. Nice job on defense by Riley Dykstra to knock it loose. Oberg across half court. 16-point advantage for Western Washington. 2:48 and counting till they can punch their ticket to championship Saturday. Peterson down low, Walling. She is fouled, count the bucket. Does that get her there?
She's got 10 points now. She's still an assist shy, 10 rebounds as well. So she needs to get one more dime in these last few minutes, and she would just become the 8th player in Great Northwest Athletic Conference women's basketball history to record a triple-double.
An incredible feat. Anytime it happens.
Number 14, Paige Robertson.
A few seconds put back on the clock. 2:21 now here in the fourth quarter. Brooke Walling, the lefty, misses the free throw. Bodies on the floor. Foul called on Western Washington. That'll be on Demi Dykstra.
There has only been 1 triple-double by a Western Washington player in their GNAC era. That was 11 years ago. Trishy Williams did it, and it was against Alaska Anchorage.
Ironic. Rabouin trying to work on the much taller Walling. Use her speed as a mismatch, and a foul is called on Mason Oberg. On the drive by Alexander. That'll send Alexander to the line for 2 shots.
Mason Oberg, the third personal team's third. At the line, shooting 2, number 11, Janaya Alexander.
Alexander hits the free throw. Janaya a long way from home, the junior from Rex, Georgia. Second free throw rattles in, 71-55. 1:57 left. Game number 1 of 4 today. Stolen away by the Seawolves. Rabouin has it. Seawolves don't have time to waste. Rabouin takes on Brooke Walling and gets contact and the foul.
Vikings foul, number 15, Brooke Walling, her second personal.
Second foul on Walling.
Number 2, Samuel Rabouin. Subbing in for Western Washington, number 1, Olivia Wickstrom.
Wickstrom returns for the Vikings. Demi Dykstra to the bench.
Looking at the West Region rankings as of right now, Alaska Anchorage currently in the 8th spot. So a loss here in the semis would leave them in a bit of limbo. They got Cal State LA right behind them. Just going to depend on how these conference tournaments go across the Pac West CCAA as well. But, there could be a question mark here for Alaska Anchorage going forward.
14-point lead for Western Washington. You would think the lead's safe with only 90 seconds left here. Of course, Ryan McCarthy not quitting. Won't let his team quit either. It's not in his DNA.
Especially if a trip to the regional is on the line, a 16-point loss here versus an 8-point loss. That could be meaningful when it comes to the Regional Advisory Committee making a decision. So there's actually still quite a bit on the line in this last 122, even if it isn't a W.
And that very well could be true for some of the teams that lost yesterday. We had mentioned that seasons could be over. Could be the case, but it all comes down to, as you've said, how the other pieces fall in the West region, and when Selection Sunday gets here, see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of cogs that move in this machine, and just because you think it's going to come down to win versus lose here doesn't necessarily mean that you don't get a surprise out of the Pac West.
Elena Mack cuts it to a 13-point deficit for the Seawolves. Seawolves want to travel. They don't get it. 1 minute left in this one. Can the Vikings hang on? They haven't quite led wire to wire. It was 2-0 Seawolves.
Yeah, they led for the first minute and a half of this game. That's it. Let's see if we can get a Brooke Walling assist here for a triple-double. That's what we're looking for.
1 on the shot clock. It's been that kind of day for the Vikings. Falling out of bounds. The one-hand shot goes for Walling. Battle for the basketball. Bodies on the floor. Dykstra nearly crashes into Ryan McCarthy. Everybody gets up. They're okay. 15-point lead for the Vikings. Ryan McCarthy calls his team off. Cheers from the faithful here for Western Washington as they will advance to the GNAC basketball championships tomorrow. Had a 15-point lead at half. They end this one with a 15-point victory. Vikings move on to championship Saturday with a 75-60 victory over the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves.
Alaska Anchorage had the Vikings number all season, beat them twice during the regular season. And not only that, they were 5-0 against Western Washington in GNAC championships play coming into today. But Western Washington finally solved the puzzle, and they got things done. They came out of the gates guns blazing, 7 for 7 to start from three-point range, and they just never slowed down. Finished this one shooting over 52% from the field, over 53% from three. Get huge games out of Riley Dykstra and Brooke Walling. Going to take a ton of confidence into the championship tomorrow, where they will await either Central Washington or MSUB.
And join us at 2:15, where we will have the next semifinal matchup. As you just said, Central Washington, our host, will play Montana State Billings, the 1 versus 6, to see who will play Western Washington in the final tomorrow at 5 p.m. Vikings win it 75-60 over Alaska Anchorage. For Alaska Anchorage, we'll see what lies ahead for them when Selection Sunday happens for the West Regional.
Yeah, the season not done yet for the Seawolves. They're going to need a little bit of help. Came in with 8th seed in the West Region rankings, which would squeak them in with that last spot. So they're going to need a little help, and hopefully they can get that from a loss from Cal State LA. It's really what they're looking for.
Western Washington advances to tomorrow's championship, 5 p.m., right back here at Central Washington University. Join us at 2:15, our next game, the Central Washington Wildcats, the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Western Washington advances 75-60 to the championship. For Dustin Daniel, I'm Sean Wally. We'll talk to you at 2:15 for semifinal game 2 on Semifinal Friday.